The year was 1977, the place Enfield, England. A quiet suburb about to be rocked by an event so terrifying, so inexplicable, it would become a cornerstone of paranormal investigation. This is the story of the Enfield Poltergeist, a case that continues to baffle and intrigue even today. Imagine a family terrorized by unseen forces. Imagine objects moving on their own, furniture overturning, disembodied voices whispering threats. This was the reality for the Hodgson family, trapped in a nightmare not of their making. Their home, 284 Green Street, became a battleground between the known and the unknown. The epicenter of this paranormal maelstrom was 11-year-old Janet Hodgson. What happened in that house would forever brand itself onto her soul, and the world would watch in disbelief. The Enfield Poltergeist case remains one of the most compelling and controversial paranormal events in history. Peggy Hodgson, a single mother, lived at 284 Green Street with her 4 children: Margaret, Janet, Johnny, and Billy. Life wasn't easy, but it was theirs. Then, the nightmare began. On August 30th, 1977, the seemingly ordinary Hodgson home transformed into a crucible of fear. It started subtly strange noises, a feeling of unease. Then, things escalated. Furniture moved inexplicably. Objects flew across rooms with violent force. The children's toys became weapons in the hands of an unseen entity. Fear gripped the family, tightening its icy fingers around their hearts. The children, especially Janet, were the primary targets of the poltergeist's wrath. Their pleas for help were often met with chilling responses. Deep, guttural voices echoed through the house, threatening and menacing. The entity, it seemed, wanted them gone. As days turned into weeks, the paranormal activity intensified. The Hodgson family was living every family's worst nightmare. They were trapped alone in a house possessed.
The poltergeist seemed fixated on me, tormenting me both physically and psychologically. I would levitate in my sleep, seemingly at the mercy of unseen forces. My voice would change, morphing into a deep, gravelly rasp that belonged to an entity far older and more sinister. The entity, communicating through me, called itself Bill and claimed to have once lived in the house.
At the heart of this terrifying haunting was young Janet Hodgson, a seemingly ordinary girl thrust into extraordinary circumstances. Janet became the conduit, the epicenter of the paranormal activity that gripped 284 Green Street. Janet's personality seemed to shift, becoming erratic and unpredictable. She would lash out, then retreat into herself, her eyes reflecting a terror that chilled the bone. Was she possessed, or was she a victim? A pawn in a terrifying game orchestrated by forces beyond human comprehension.
Just before it happened, my chest would hurt. I'd feel it like a ball in my throat, and then the voice would come out.
One of the most unsettling aspects of the Enfield Poltergeist case was the entity's attempts to communicate. Deep, malevolent voices, seemingly emanating from thin air, would boom through the house. The entity, identifying itself as Bill, spoke through Janet, often using obscene language and making threats. These chilling pronouncements were captured on tape, providing eerie evidence of the entity's malevolent presence. The entity's voice was cold, menacing, filled with an anger that seemed to transcend the boundaries of life and death. It taunted the investigators, mocked their attempts to understand, and reveled in the fear it instilled. The voices, a chorus of the damned, became synonymous with the Enfield case, sending chills down the spines of those who heard them. Section 5. The Evidence Mounts, a Case for the Paranormal. As the haunting at 284 Green Street continued, the evidence began to pile up. It wasn't just the Hodgson family's word. Witnesses from outside began to corroborate their terrifying claims. Police officers, arriving at the house on numerous occasions, reported seeing objects move on their own. Journalists, initially skeptical, found themselves confronted with phenomena they couldn't explain. Photographs, taken by seasoned professionals, captured images of levitation and objects in mid-air. There were recordings of the entity's voice, chilling pronouncements that defied rational explanation. The evidence, while often questioned and debated, painted a disturbing picture. Something unexplained was happening at 284 Green Street. Something that defied the laws of physics, something that hinted at a realm beyond our understanding. The Enfield Poltergeist case, with its wealth of evidence, became a landmark in paranormal investigation. Section 6. Enter the investigators, seeking answers in the shadows. The Enfield Poltergeist case attracted the attention of numerous paranormal investigators, each hoping to shed light on the strange events unfolding at 284 Green Street. Two names, however, became synonymous with the case: Guy Lyon Playfair and Maurice Grosse. Playfair, a writer and researcher, arrived at the Hodgsons' home skeptical but open-minded. He would spend years investigating the case, meticulously documenting the events and becoming convinced of their authenticity. Grosse, a seasoned paranormal investigator, approached the case with a compassionate heart, determined to help the terrified family. Their investigations, often conducted independently, yielded a wealth of data and personal experiences that solidified their belief in the paranormal activity at Enfield. They interviewed witnesses, analyzed evidence, and even attempted to communicate with the entity. Their work, while controversial, helped to cement the Enfield Poltergeist case in the annals of paranormal history. Section 7, Guy Lyon Playfair Witness to the Unexplained. Guy Lyon Playfair's involvement in the Enfield Poltergeist case spanned several years. He witnessed firsthand the terrifying events at 284 Green Street. His book, This House is Haunted, became a chilling account of the haunting. Playfair, initially skeptical, was convinced by the sheer volume of evidence. He witnessed objects moving on their own and heard disembodied voices. He observed Janet Hodgson's disturbing transformations. He became a staunch defender of the Hodgson family. His dedication to uncovering the truth made him a key figure in the Enfield saga. His work remains a valuable resource for understanding the case. Maurice Grosse, a defender of the truth. Maurice Grosse, a seasoned paranormal investigator, approached the Enfield case with a compassion that set him apart.
He saw the terror in the eyes of the Hodgson children, felt the palpable fear that permeated 284 Green Street. He wasn't just there to investigate, he was there to help.
Grosse spent countless hours with the Hodgsons, building a rapport with the family, especially with young Janet. He believed her, believed in the authenticity of her experiences.
He witnessed levitation, objects flying across rooms, and heard the chilling voices that seemed to emanate from Janet herself.
His dedication to the case, his unwavering belief in the face of adversity, made him a target of criticism, yet he never wavered, always maintaining that the Enfield Poltergeist was real, a terrifying manifestation of an unknown force. His empathy and dedication to the truth solidified his place as a central figure in the Enfield case. Skepticism and doubts. Was it all a hoax? Despite the compelling evidence and the numerous eyewitness accounts, the Enfield Poltergeist case wasn't without its skeptics.
Many argued that the events were nothing more than elaborate hoaxes, orchestrated by attention-seeking children. They pointed to inconsistencies in the evidence, moments where the children's behavior seemed staged.
Some suggested that Janet, the epicenter of the activity, was a skilled actress, capable of manipulating those around her. Others dismissed the photographic and audio evidence as easily faked.
The debate between believers and skeptics raged on, fueled by the ambiguity of the evidence and the human capacity for deception.
While some remained unconvinced, dismissing the Enfield case as a hoax, others saw it as a chilling reminder of the mysteries that lie beyond our understanding. The Enfield legacy, a haunting that endures. The Enfield Poltergeist case, despite the passage of time, continues to captivate and intrigue. It has inspired books, documentaries, and even a Hollywood movie, each attempting to unravel the enigma at its heart. The house at 284 Green Street, once a place of terror, remains a destination for paranormal enthusiasts drawn to its dark history. The events that unfolded within its walls continue to spark debate, dividing opinions and fueling the flames of controversy. Was it real? Was it a hoax? The answer, like the poltergeist itself, remains elusive. The Enfield Poltergeist case stands as a stark reminder of the unknown that lurks at the edges of our reality. It is a testament to the power of belief, the persistence of mystery, and the enduring fascination with the paranormal. The Enfield Poltergeist, a mystery unsolved. The Enfield Poltergeist case remains a puzzle, a collection of disturbing events and conflicting interpretations. A family terrorized, investigators baffled, and a public captivated by the unknown. Was it a genuine haunting or an elaborate hoax? Despite decades of scrutiny, the answer remains elusive. The Enfield Poltergeist continues to spark debate and challenge our perceptions of reality.